Day 47. Fog thickens again. The light's pulse is off. I hear whispers in the static, but no one answers. Something watches from the mist, waiting, and I know, this time, I won't be saved. My name is Evan Holloway. I was assigned to Lighthouse 9 off the coast of Maine as part of the National Historical Preservation Program, Remote Post. Last man stationed there was Keeper Thomas Merrow, disappeared mid-shift. No signs of distress, no distress call, nothing, just gone. Locals called it the Hollow Light. Said it never cast the same beam twice. I was supposed to catalog the site, replace the keeper's log, assess if it could be reopened. I arrived by boat. Thick fog clung to the sea like spiderwebs. From the dock, the lighthouse loomed, tall, chipped, and utterly still. But I didn't know yet that Thomas had left something behind. A trail, subtle, fading, and very much alive. The first 2 days were uneventful. Just isolation, wind, the occasional radio static. The lighthouse interior was aged but functional. But then I found his diary, stuffed between the floorboards beneath the sleeping cot. Silent witness entry. The old diary. He read me again last night. Same pages, over and over. Day 33. Day 33. Why does the fog ring louder some nights? Day 33 repeated across pages, as if he was stuck in it. The logbooks were strange too. Several entries had identical weather reports and notes copied word for word days apart, but with tiny variations. One would say, light flickered 3 times. Another, 4 times. On my 3rd night, I recorded audio for my report. But when I played it back, the end was distorted. My voice stuttered, then changed. A whisper layered beneath mine. It's not the same day. That night, the light didn't rotate. It pulsed, irregularly. I climbed the tower to check the mechanism. The fog lens was cracked. Fine. But when I reached to inspect it, my flashlight died. Completely. The air got colder. Breath visible. I heard footsteps below me, but I was alone. I tried to radio out, static, but embedded in it like Morse code was a repeated phrase. No one leaves the 47th. Then, a scream, distant from somewhere below or above. I couldn't tell. I ran down. The clock said 3:17 a.m., but my watch, 1:04 a.m. I checked the wall clock again, 3:17. I wound it manually the next morning. It never moved again. I played back Thomas's final recording, cleaned it up through software. Right before the final cutoff, I heard something chilling. A second voice, older, broken, whispering just beneath his breath. I replaced the last one. He replaced me. Now it's your turn. I found a second diary, hidden in the oil drum. Pages were warped, wet, but readable. It wasn't Thomas's handwriting. Silent witness entry, the fog bell. It rang once before the tide turned, once before he screamed. I only ring in death or warning. And last week, I rang twice. Then came the line. Day 47. Again. He came back through the fog, but his eyes were wrong. Like glass, I wasn't alone. I tried to leave, packed up, lit the emergency flare. No response. The sea was still. Fog so thick it pressed against the glass. Then, from the stairwell below, footsteps. Slow, wet. I locked the door. Whispers seeped through the cracks. The radio flared, static. Then a voice. Welcome to Day 47. I turned, and there in the mirror behind me was myself. But older, pale, eyes like glass. The tape recorder clicked on by itself. If you find this, don't come. Time loops here. I'm not sure who I am anymore. The fog, it's not weather. It remembers. It repeats. And now, I ring the bell. He left. Then I came. Now I'm still here, but not me. The light never stops. The fog never forgets. Day 47 again. Again. On the tape, just before it cuts off completely, a faint bell chimes once in the distance, then silence. The lighthouse was found empty. No signs of struggle, no blood. Just Evan's notebook, his tape recorder, and the light, still pulsing in irregular living intervals. A new foghorn pattern was detected by passing vessels weeks later. One not used since 1911. And still, when the fog rolls in thick over that stretch of coast, sailors say the beam from Lighthouse 9 flickers. Not once, not twice, but 47 times. Voices. Turn back. Beneath. Don't let them find you. U.S. Coastal Command, Station 7. Do you copy? This is Beacon Control. Receiving partial transmission. Repeat. Identify vessel. Sailor. Not alone. Fog. Too thick. It's listening. Operator. Signal's weak. Please repeat. What is your vessel's name and location? Sailor. Widow's Beacon. It's not abandoned. That's impossible. Widow's Beacon's been decommissioned since 1996. Sailor. Can't see, but they see me. The fog changed. It moves. I hear them beneath the water. Operator. Your last known was near Devil's Hook Channel. There's nothing out there. Sailor. They're not out. They're below. Operator. That's not our registered horn pattern. He leans in again. Third night this week. Same voice, same pattern. But no ship exists on radar. I remember the others too. Their screams never fade. Operator. SS Camden. Lost 1978. Crew vanished. Last known signal was from Widow's Beacon. Same distorted foghorn. Same whispering. Sailor. It's beneath me. Whispering from the hull. The water's not water. It's them. Operator. Who? Who's beneath you? Is this a prank? This isn't funny? Sailor. Don't answer the fog. It lies in your own voice. Radio. Signal's breaking up again. Not static. Can't explain. Hidden voice. Widow's Beacon is home. Operator. What the hell is this? He switches to it. What he hears is a choir of whispering foghorns and the word listen repeated every 4 seconds. Operator. It's talking back. Sailor. They called me here. Widow's Beacon was never for ships. It's for them. A gate. Sailor. They're coming. Can't stay. The fog. Operator. I logged everything. Someone needs to hear this. Widow's Beacon isn't dead. It's listening. It remembers them. And now, it remembers me. The signal didn't cut out immediately. It stayed active for another 17 minutes. But what followed wasn't speech. It was rhythm. A repeating cycle of clicks, horn bursts, and silence. Analysts would later recognize a pattern. A loop mimicking marine distress code from the 1800s. Morse long before digital. U.S. Coastal Command dispatched a retrieval vessel at dawn. They reached Widow's Beacon by 7:12 a.m. The tower was intact. The door was bolted from the inside. They breached it. The interior was untouched, old equipment coated in dust. But the console, the one recorded from, was still warm. On it lay a small logbook. Its last page read, Day 13, fog denser today. Voices louder than before. I think I saw someone in the mirror, but the mirror's been broken since I arrived. The mirror hung cracked, slightly ajar from the wall. Behind it, searchers found a crawl space. Inside, an old uniform with a name tag, M. Crawley. Crawley had vanished in 1972. The radio sparked once more that night, without warning. The same voice. Still listening. Always listening. You heard me. So now you belong to me. Over the next 6 nights, more transmissions were received. Each time, a different voice. Sometimes whispering coordinates. Sometimes repeating names of ships long believed lost. The final signal came in at exactly 2:47 a.m., the same time the original sailor had gone silent. This time, there was no voice, just breathing, followed by the slow echo of a foghorn. Then, silence. The signal has never returned. Transmissions classified, access restricted. U.S. Navy report 033-Delta remains sealed. But the logbook. That logbook was never officially recovered. It surfaced 6 months later. In a sealed box drifted ashore at a civilian dock in Maine. The page inside was blank, except for a new line. Day 1. The fog welcomed me back. Ranger. Tower 7 just flashed twice. Evacuation confirmed. Tower 9 flashing. Got it. Wait. Third light. That can't be right. The wind howls outside. A low thunder rolls across the sky. Inside the mountain watchtower, 3 rangers sit in silence, eyes fixed on the horizon. They were only supposed to see 2 lights, one from Tower 7, one from Tower 9. Both were accounted for. Protocol was routine. Flash your tower's light twice for evacuation signal. But what blinked just now wasn't either of them. It came from beyond the ridge. A third light. A slow, pulsing flare that didn't match any of the coded signals. Jared, check the map again. There's no tower east of Deadman's Hollow. None. Mira. It wasn't a reflection. It was above the tree line. Jared scanned the paper maps while Mira adjusted the faulty radio dial. Their third team member, Leo, stared into the black woods, waiting to see if the light would flash again. Then it did. One long blink, followed by 2 short ones. Not part of any known emergency code. Jared. Is someone messing with us? Maybe a hiker with a signal mirror? Mira. In this storm? No way. They tried radioing both nearby towers. 7 and 9 responded, unaware of any third signal. No one else had seen it. That night, strange static began bleeding through their own communications. Faint whispers they couldn't translate. GPS flickered, compasses spun wildly. Something was wrong. Not broken. Just off. By midnight, the third light began blinking irregularly. Not a code. More like it was responding, mimicking their tower's light. Mira turned off their beacon. A minute later, the third light turned off too. Then, 30 seconds later, it flashed again. Leo. I saw someone out there, I swear it, standing between the pines. Just watching. Jared. No tracks. You sure? Leo. I'm sure. They considered hiking out to investigate, but the terrain was unstable and unfamiliar. Jared insisted it didn't line up with any mapped geography. Elevation readings shifted every hour. Echoes didn't bounce properly. Even birdsong came back. Wrong. They returned to camp by morning, shaken. But the most terrifying part wasn't out in the woods. It was back at the station. Their own tower beacon was blinking. Once, twice, then a third time. None of them had touched the panel. No one had issued that signal. They searched the perimeter. Nothing. But inside the control room, Mira discovered an old journal tucked in the lower drawer of an abandoned desk. It was brittle, ink smudged with age, dated 1965. The last legible entry read, "Don't respond to the third light." It It doesn't come from the towers. It never did. Below that, scribbled hurriedly, the third signal means they're here. They prepped to evacuate. Mira packed emergency gear. Jared signaled Tower 9. Leo stared out the window at the tree line. Leo, it's getting closer. I can see it pulsing between the trunks. The storm rolled back in. Communication dropped completely. Then, a distorted voice broke through the static. You shouldn't have seen it. The third light flickered again. Inside their tower. They searched every floor. No flashlight, no flare, no source. Just light, blinking from a corner of the observation deck, with no power line connected. Then everything cut to black. All systems died. When the rescue team arrived 3 days later, they found the tower abandoned. Power systems were fried. Lights busted. Only one clue remained. An old map, folded tightly beneath the main console. A map of the mountain watch grid from the 1940s. Faint pencil marks outlined 3 towers. Tower 7, Tower 9, and a third, circled, then crossed out in red ink. Next to it, one sentence. Decommissioned after the incident. Do not rebuild. Do not record. No one knows who drew it. That third light was never officially logged, but locals still say, on stormy nights, if you see it flash 3 times, don't respond. Don't go looking. And above all, don't let it see you watching back.